are live. I am super excited to just be with you guys for just a second because we have to break down and go over some questions that are going on. People are asking, how do we do deals in this market? Are deals still happening in this market? Do they happen? Do they take place? How are we able to do that? And so we are going to give you about 10 or 15 minutes of just sheer gold here and let you know that deals are still happening. I have with me one of my favorites, Bob Antoni, and I just love this guy. And he is in the Memphis market and crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Bob, let's introduction real quick. Tell them a little bit about your background, like your history, what you did growing up, and then why you're into real estate.
Sure. So I've got a degree in microbiology, minor in chemistry. I've been in the corporate world for over 20 years, and about a year and a half ago, things are starting to change for me. I ended up losing my job, and I jumped right into wholesaling. I started getting involved in wholesaling in about October of 2018. So it's been a little bit over a year and a half altogether.
A little over a year and a half in real estate that you're just got into wholesaling about a year and a half, you said?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what ARV was or any of the terms that we.
Okay, so now let's fast forward because you have been crushing it. But more importantly, I think that's crucial is let's just talk about April because we've had COVID-19 started back in March, really, when I think that the big push was for the United States.
Right.
And so let's talk about just recent stuff. We are at what's today, April 21st. What has the first 21 days of April look like for you? How many deals have you done? And then we'll start with that.
All right. So for the month of April, actually, April's been really, really good for me. I've closed on 5 deals. I think I've got another one closing either yesterday or today.
Yep.
That'll make it 6, and I've got 2 more that are scheduled before the end of the month. So looking at 8 deals altogether this month.
Closing enough deals that you don't know if the closing took place yesterday or today. This is too good. I love it. I love it. Bob came out to the Scale event out at my office, and I was just listening to his process. So here's the better thing. So he could be doing up to 8 deals this month in April. Bob, how lean and mean is your business? How many people are on your team?
So I've got myself, and I've got a virtual assistant from the Philippines who handles my calls. So she's my lead manager. She'll take incoming calls, do all the lead follow-ups, schedule appointments for me, and so that's it. Just her and I.
Just the two of you, and you are completely just doing your thing where you're going to just do a casual 8 deals this month.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Your secret sauce is, what do you feel like is helping you during this time when I'm sure you're having conversations where people are like, you know what, we don't want to meet, or maybe people are like, no, we're okay meeting. How are you able to do deals today specifically wrapped around this COVID-19?
So the deals are actually a little bit different. I mean, there is a lot of apprehension, and I don't blame anybody for it. I mean, I do everything I can to make sure that people are comfortable. And but I've gone to houses. We've kept social, doing the social distance thing. I'll be outside. We'll stand apart. We'll have a conversation.
Yep.
And I think really the secret sauce here, Cody, it's nothing special. It's going and meeting with the individual, getting an understanding of their situation, why they're looking to sell, and then just trying to help them solve their problem. I'll tell them the different options that they have, the pros and cons of going through a real estate agent or going through a for sale by owner process or a lease purchase agreement, and just step them through and then help them understand what the benefits are, what the negatives are, and then just try to help solve the problem. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of situations where we can help the people, which ultimately leads to a win-win solution.
So do you really feel like there's any big changes going on, or you feel like, no, I'm just consistently doing what I've always done?
So changes for me I've experienced it on the buyer side. There are a lot of my buyers who are just kind of standing on the sidelines right now. I've got around 5,000 cash buyers on my list, and some of my real consistent buyers are being more selective at what they're buying, and then others are also just kind of just taking a hiatus for a few weeks, just kind of wait and see what happens in the market.
Yeah. Man, this is incredible. So in a year and a half's time, I can't believe it was a year and a half ago that we kind of had our first conversations, and you're going through the course, and here you are just doing your thing. Like you're just doing your thing. 8 deals going to happen in April,
Right.
and you're finding a way to do it. How do you stay positive? What's the mindset you would tell those listening right now? What do you do to stay focused, to keep doing deals? Because I think what I've seen, and I'm not saying this is for everyone, but what I have seen is I've seen a lot of people almost step off the gas and start pumping the brakes, almost like they're almost like, what should we do? What, like, I got to wait. I don't know what's going on with this COVID-19, so I got to wait. And I feel like one thing I've seen you do consistently is, no, you're like stepping on the gas. Like you're going. You've never pumped the brake. But what are some of the mindset that keeps you going, even though all this is going on? How do you stay focused and positive during this time?
So, Cody, one of the things that I do, and I do it as often as I can, is just recognize that in any circumstances that I deal with, there's usually several choices to pick from.
Yeah.
But usually a decision, there's only really 2 decisions to make. There's one that's the easier way, the more conservative way, the more comfortable way. And then there's the other decision that can lead you to be just more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And whenever I feel a circumstance where I'm in, where I've got 2 choices, one's safe and easy, the other one's going to be uncomfortable, I move towards that every time. So I just make a point of being uncomfortable. It's something that the tribe, the course talks about all the time. It's getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's really all I do. So, I would rather sit back and wait and see what happens, but I'm hitting my marketing harder. I've increased it at least 30% over the past several weeks. I'm focusing on the distressed properties. I'm focusing on absentee owners. Taking a ton of calls, doing a job of screening these out, and just having the mindset of trying to help the people solve their problems.
That is fantastic. What is the marketing channel you're using when you go out and you say you're marketing absentee owners and these distressed properties? What's the form of marketing to get your message to them?
So I just keep it pretty simple. I mean, I do direct mail.
Direct mail! It's not dead! Hold on. It's the only bell I have because I'm not in my office.
Hey!
So it's more like a school teacher today. So direct mail is not dead. You're out there, you increased it 30%. But
Right.
because of that, is 8 deals in a month normal for you? Or do you think it's been higher this month?
Well, I mean, my average, I usually get, my minimum number is around 3. I'll get typically between 3 and 5 deals a month that I'm closing on. And so this month has just been an uptick. And I don't know if it's because of the COVID-19 situation that we're in. It's just
an increase of 30%.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's really it's a numbers game when it comes down to it. The more marketing you send out, the more conversations you have, the more appointments I go on, and the more offers I make.
Bob, this is awesome. This is good stuff. And for those listening, I hope you caught this and wrote this down. He's not only just like applying the gas, but he's also increasing the speed, meaning he's also increased his mail going out. But I love the fact that direct mail is still pulling in a ton of deals for you. It does all the heavy lifting for you. You've just increased how much is going out. And then you're able to still do business during these times. And I think so many times we get in our own way. Wholesaling or real estate is not complicated. It's the wholesaler or the investor that's complicated. And we tend to get in our own ways. And so I think this is just a perfect example of not only how to continue to do business, but that you're actually increasing how many deals you're doing every month. Would you say to anyone out there, like if they were right there thinking, man, what do I do? Do I want to do this? Do I want to get into this? Am I crazy for getting this? Is the time past? Or are you saying, no, now's a fantastic time to get into real estate?
I think that there's more opportunities coming than we've seen in probably the last 10 or 15 years. in wholesaling and in real estate in general, just based on the circumstances. There's a, we're experiencing a correction in the markets, and that's going to be, we're going to go through that as well in real estate. And I think that with this said, there's a lot of doom and gloom. If you listen to the news, there's so much terrible things going on. But I tell you what, I don't watch the news. I don't watch hardly any TV at all.
Remember, we
focus on my business.
Like, no news is good news, baby.
That's right.
Here's a question that came in. How many direct mail letters are you sending out? So I think it's just the postcard first and foremost, not a letter. Right. So
yep.
Tribe postcard. We have a smoking hot postcard that continues to just perform well. But how many direct mail postcards are you sending out?
So in the beginning quarter of this year, my average was right around, I would say, about 4,000 a week. But right now, like last week, I actually sent about 8,000 cards out.
Yep.
I'm sending, if you had to average it, I'm sending right around about 6,000 cards a week.
6,000
right now.
a week. So here's the crucial thing, guys. This is a rock star right here. I want to pinpoint this. He's probably not going to point it out because the guy is like the most humble, lovable, teachable, coachable, best friend you'll ever have in your life. But let me tell you something I love about Bob is the fact that he doesn't just send out this mail. He sends it out weekly. That is huge. Most people send it out like once a month. And that just doesn't allow consistency. It doesn't allow consistent conversations, consistent appointments, consistent contracts, consistent paydays. It's that every single week, Bob stays, boom, 6,000 mail pieces going out every week so that he can have consistent conversations, consistent appointments, consistent contracts, consistent paydays. So this is crucial. Let me see if there's a couple questions over here. What's the response rate on that? I think that's probably universal. It's probably hovers pretty close to 1%. But what is your response rate?
Yeah, it's about. It depends on the marketing channel, or on the campaign, I should say. But it's right around 0.7, 0.8%.
Yep. This is fantastic. You got another guy in here that says, "Love this, keeps me motivated." So I want you to know how much value you bring to people. We talked about this briefly on just a text message before we hopped on, but guys, we're hoping to inspire you, motivate you, to let you know that deals are still happening. Don't put the brake on. Don't pump the brake. Now's the time to really hit the gas. And what an incredible first interview that I've done this way, Bob. So I appreciate you jumping on with me.
Sure.
More importantly, a perfect example of just going out there and staying steady and staying strong and being consistent.
Right.
And I love that it's nothing really new going on other than you've increased maybe marketing spend, but you're still just doing what you've always done, and it's still netting the results that you're looking for, which I think is phenomenal.
That's right. I'm looking forward to what the future is going to offer me.
Well, I think it's going to be very, very good because you're consistent in a time when there's a lot of inconsistency going on. So I think you're going to do fantastic. One more thing we noticed about direct mail, just to add one more note on this, is we've noticed a lot more people pulling out of direct mail, and it's almost revamped the power of direct mail all over again. So when all the people started pulling away from direct mail, the ones that kept doing it, we're starting to, on our end for our business. I know this is probably is this the only channel you've been doing, right? So you don't know any other channel, it's just been this. But for our channel, we've been doing other channels. And now all of a sudden we're seeing this bump and this uptick in response to our direct mail. And it's because of how many people are not doing it anymore. And it's like, keep pulling out, guys. Keep pulling out because I'm going to go consistent.
That's right.
Let me see if there's another question here. Alan Moore came in here and he says, full throttle, baby. Let's see. Let's go to another one. Bob, can you tell me how you started gathering your list? Did you set up an LLC? Is wholesaling your full-time job? So let's break down maybe a couple here. Did gathering your list, did you do anything special, or did you just follow the exact thing how we do it in the tribe?
So my lists are the same list that pretty much everybody goes after. It's I use tax delinquent.
Yep.
I do absentee owners. I've had a lot of success with the Tom Kroll list. Here in the Memphis area, I do code violations. I also am working on building a list from Driving for Dollars.
Awesome. Awesome. And I already know the answer, but is wholesaling or real estate your full-time job, or do you do this part-time?
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Let me ask a question on top of that. Bob, what has this done for you and your family and your future and your lifestyle that might be different from your other 9 to 5? Like when you were corporate America versus now, have you seen it to be a blessing, or have you seen like, no, I still got to figure out the blessing side of it? Like, what does that look for you now versus what it was at corporate America?
I'll tell you what, Cody, I was always pretty frustrated working through corporate America because someone else is telling you what your value is in an organization. And it's also very political. It would frustrate me more than anything.
Yeah.
Now working for myself, it's just such a sense of satisfaction that I have. I mean, I get so much joy out of helping someone. And I'll tell you this real quick.
Yeah.
I had a property that the gentleman who I worked with, it was his mom's property. She had a stroke. She's incapacitated. She needs to sell the property.
Yeah.
There's a car there that he needs to deal with. He lives in California. He had a car. What do? I need help. I want to donate it. What do I need to do? So I'm like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll help you out. Well, the next person that gives me a call, I go to their house. They're like, we want to sell our house, but we really need a car. And I'm like, this is funny how this works out. So I'm like, hey, I know a guy. So I call him. I get the car connected. We go and pick it up. It starts, it's been sitting in the garage for 7 months, but it started right up. So I'm helping the guy solve a problem with the car, and I'm helping the other homeowners get a car, and I'm just there to solve problems. So it's just crazy how if you look for the opportunities, they're out there.
Yeah.
You just have to look for ways to solve problems.
Yeah. So true, guys. Write that down. This is one of my favorite things when I hear these things. It just like makes I get chills when I hear it, because it's just the way to do business. It's not about real estate. We're
Right.
really problem solvers. And so it's using your ears and your mouth proportionally, listen more than you talk, and just find out the situation, what's going on, and then be good at solving their problems. And the byproduct is you're going to get contracts that allows you to purchase their home. And Bob's just really, really good at that. So I wanted to highlight that. And it's just been incredible to see you go through the Wholesaling course, and then you came out to the Scale course. And instantly what I love is everyone like walks out of here and like, my favorite person, Bob Anthony. Like, I just love this guy. Like, I just love this guy. This guy's like just a friendly teddy bear. Like, this guy's my guy. And I remember standing between you and, was it Brian Hammerly?
Brian, yeah.
I'm standing. So guys, if you can imagine, Bob is not Cody Hoffine's height. Bob is a very tall gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Did you play football?
I did. So did Brian. We're both about 6'7". So.
Yeah, 6'7", and I'm standing between the two of them to get a picture, and my arms were like this to hold onto their shoulders, right? And anyways, it's just been incredible watching you as you've gone through just your journey. There's multiple times I'm talking to either my team, or I'm talking to Mark, or talking to Tom, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, Bob, he's just, in fact, someone said it over here. They said, Bob is the GOAT. And if you know that is greatest of all time. So GOAT is a good thing. But I was going to say, I talked to Tom and I'm like, Bob's a GOAT, man. That guy's the greatest of all time. This is one of our favorites. So let me see if that's it. How do you stay positive during the rough times? Haven't done a deal in 4 months. Mailing budget is gone. So now I'm cold calling. It's tough, but I won't quit. Brian, stay out there. It's worth it. Get recommitted, and yeah, figure out your cheap ways right now. Don't worry about if your budget's gone. Go out there and drive for dollars. Do something. Keep cold calling. Stay on it. Stay focused. Deals are happening. Don't let this think and fool you that deals aren't happening right now. Bob, his best month is right now during this time. So fantastic. Bob, any last things you want to share with those watching at this moment?
I'll just leave you with this. Consistency is key.
Yeah. Consistency is key, guys. Write this down. This is not fluff. This is not just him saying, oh, well, this sounded like a great quote. This is what's led to his success. The guy is consistent. And Bob, thank you so much. I know right now you could be doing follow-up. You could be reaching out to people right now. You could be lining up the deals that you already have. And so from the bottom of my heart, Bob, I think you know me good enough that I truly mean this. Thank you for spending some time with us today and helping uplift and motivate those that are going to be listening live, but those that are going to be listening here in the future on this when they see it.
Right. Well, Cody, it's always an honor talking with you.
Anything I can do for you, brother?
Not at this time. We'll just keep on moving.
Okay. You've got my number, my man. So you call me if you ever need me.
All right, Cody. Thanks.
Thanks, Bob. See ya.
All right.
Okay, guys. What an incredible interview to help motivate you, to excite you and lift you up to let you know deals are happening. And if you need help, Tom and I, we're here to help you. We're here to help you. We're going to keep pushing forward, and we've got it at a price point that will fit most people's budgets, so we can just simply get you in the game. Like Bob said, now's the time. Now's the time. It's going to get better. He sees it getting better. I've seen it getting better. I've seen response getting better. And so if you're looking for help, head on over to wholesalinginc.com, fill out a short questionnaire, and we'd love to get you in the game. Let's get that jersey on you, and let's get you in the game so you can get out there and just start doing deals. Take care, guys, and have a blessed day.